We're at Sha Tin on Wednesday for National Day Cup. Paul Lally here with the selections. 10 races, and the first gets underway at a regular daytime start time of 1 o'clock. We've got Class 5 with Iron Legion going up in Trip. Cosmo Light wears a hood and pacifiers for the first time. Dragon Sunrise on the class drop. Cosmo Navigator from the 1,000 to the 1,400. Young Horizons now with Brett Crawford. Cheek pieces off. A Shadow Roll goes on. Phantom Cyclone, blinkers off, visor once again. Jimmy Ting is the new trainer, and Paul Ferry Horse can't draw a gate. 9-13, and then barrier number 13 again this week, Paul.
Look, Shouldn't Want Glory, he's got the apprentice claim and likes to go forward in his races. The way we win's been going forward. Team Happy goes forward as well, but he's drawn wide. He might have to work the hardest of the three of them. Cash is Cash should get his opportunity once again. Panda Legend wasn't far away last time. Ferry Horse from his wide draw, he goes back, and I think Windicated Family from barrier 8 might go back as well.
We start with the placing for Cash is Cash. He's gone very close at his last couple of starts in this grade. He's getting a great trip down here on the inside. Panda Legend ends up running fourth, Paul, and this was also a Class 5 over the 1,400.
I think these two are both really good chances in the race. In fact, I've made this to Quinella in this race. You can see Cash is Cash had every opportunity there. Panda Legend, he just took a little while to get going. He's had this run under his belt now, but he has won off a lot higher rating. He's won off 49 and he's down to a 35 rating. So this is a bit of a glimpse of form for him. He'd been working well leading into this, so I'm going to take him to return the favour there with Cash is Cash and beat him home.
Legia Quinella, which means we're looking for third and fourth only for the rest of the replays. And we start with Windicator Family, who was definitely better at Sha Tin last time. His recent best form had been at Happy Valley. Team Happy fifth, and Ferry Horse has that wide draw.
Yeah, I think Windicator Family's a legitimate chance in the race as well. He was tucked away on the inside. Now, I think he's going to have to get back a little bit from barrier 8, or there is that danger of being trapped a little bit wide. Once he sort of got himself into the clear, it was a horse that finished off. So, look, he's, again, a definite chance in the race. He'll go in for third for me.
There's that replay. We'll see Team Happy again on the weekend because he's nominated for Sha Tin on Saturday. And finally, it's a trial with Young Horizon running fourth, and he's now a stablemate of both Speedy Smarty and Ninja Derby, who are both winners in this grade going back to Sunday, and he's with Brett Crawford.
Yeah, look, his last win was off 40. He's at this 35 rating. I thought the trial was good. This is his go in this grade. He's drawn barrier 4, cheek pieces off, shadow roll off, so they're playing around with the gear. Yeah, I'll give him a chance this race. He'll go in for fourth for me.
There you go, as he's done all of his best work, as Paul said, Class 5 over the 1,400. So Panda Legend, Cash is Cash, Windicator Family and him.
That's it. Race 2. No, that's the way I see it in race number 1 with Panda Legend, a well-rated horse to beat Cash is Cash. You should get the best run in the race. Windicator Family and then Young Horizon, the informed Brett Crawford stable, 8249.
We saw them all. That's race number 1, Class 5 over the 1,400. And race number 2 is over the 1,200 metres, A+3 course rail position. This is a Class 4. This one, Master Phoenix, is placed first up. We've got a wider draw for Star Performer. Aurora Patch draws nicely in 2. Brave Win and Gastronomique and Jubilation for all make their race debuts. Autumn Vibes has the sheepskin brow band off. Handsome Bombers placed first up, and Circus Reel has a tongue tie going on. Who's where, Paul?
Well, there is no real clear leader in this race. Handsome Bomb has led in the past. I just thought if he's got the opportunity to go forward and get to the front there from barrier 12 and just press on with it. So I've got him in leading. Aurora Patch should get that really good opportunity in behind Sky Song. Now, Sugar Queen Prawn did lead once, but faded out really quickly. So maybe they'll go forward again with him. And he did go forward in a recent trial. Sea Emerald was a really good race from him last time. He should get his chance with Autumn Vibes. Back to Master Phoenix, who's drawn awkwardly, and Circus Reel, he'll go back as well.
Aurora Patch is first up. This is a big performance. He covered plenty of ground in this race, as you can see from his wide draw. He's run second to Spicy Standard, Paul, and that form is good because Spicy Standard pushed Packing Phoenix on the weekend.
He did, and look, this horse he's going to be favourite, and I think he's a worthy favourite. He's drawn barrier 2, so just looking at the map, he maps perfectly. He can get in just in behind them, and a good turn of foot here. He sort of ran around a little bit. He was beaten by the horse who got the better run on the day, and as you say, that horse has come out and franked the form.
As he's now with Manfred Mann is Aurora Patch, who Bowman takes the ride on him. Sea Emerald's done a good job yet to win in 3 starts, but nothing worse than 4th for him. Jimmy Orman takes the ride for Ricky Yu. He did chase home Akash Varney and then Jumbo Treasure, and then Same To You dropped out of the sky to beat them all in this race.
Yeah, it's a big price when he won. Same To You, he was over 60 to 1. In this race, and Sonny Q's running around later on in the card. He was unlucky on the inside. Sea Emerald, he's gone barrier 8, so look, he'll try and get one off the rail, probably midfield, but as we sort of expect, there's not going to be too much sort of pace on paper in this race, so he's another one that's definitely got an opportunity. Looks one of the major players after that run.
Racing well and going in the numbers is Sea Emerald. Next up is Autumn Vibes, a trial. It's an informed stable of Jamie Richards. There he is, the big chestnut, and he was up handy to the pace. Handsome Bob, who on the speed map as the leader, went back over the 1,000 metres this day.
Yeah, he did, and look, he steps up now to the 1,200, and he was doing his sort of best work late in those green colours, so it was more of a sort of a maintenance trial for him. Autumn Vibes looked good last season. I think we'll see the best of him as he starts stepping up in trip, being by the Autumn Sun. But look, it was a very good trial from him here, and he has been slow away in a couple of his starts, but has caught the eye, finishing off strongly.
One more to have a look at. It's Master Phoenix up at Chungfa running 5th. He's a horse that has a win on the board going back 2 starts ago. He has placed first up. He comes up with barrier number 10 and has been given 2 trials by David Eustace to prepare for his racetrack return.
Yeah, look, he's going to get back. There's no question. Look, David Eustace is taking his time with his horses. At some stage, they're all just going to start going bang, bang, bang. But you can see him midfield, nice, easy trial, and another one that's been placed fresh in the bus. He's got to carry the big weight. That's just, you know, when you see 135 barrier 10, it does put you off a little bit.
Absolutely, but Aurora Patch is drawn to win.
From barrier number 2, can cozy up just in behind the pace, and on the back of that last start, he's on top to beat Autumn Vibes, Sea Emerald. I'm going to put Sky Song in. He's another one that has drawn barrier 7, but has won second up in the past, and with this light weight, he is get close to a class drop. You can see him being in the finish as well. 3, 10, 4 and 14.
Aurora Patch all about the draw, and he's going to go one better than last time with a much more cruisy run. And the third race now, it's preview time for the second of the Class 5 races. This one over the 1,200 metres. Riding high, blinkers tongue tie off, and he's now with Douglas White. Lucky Blessing has the blinkers off. Sunny Darling is out, so the concentration is the new number 3. Noble Deluxe goes up in trip. We've got Concord Star minus a tongue tie, Podium minus the blinkers, and Double Shows having his first start for Brett Crawford, and he's dispatched the blinkers end of the tongue tie ball.
He has. Lucky Blessing's been leading in his recent races. Noble Deluxe, another one that's been going forward. He'll be fit coming into it. Riding high is downgraded. I think he'll eventually get across, but he might have to work. He Was Me has been close to the pace, but from a wide draw, I think he's going to look for a little bit of cover there. You're My Everything came from the back last time. Double Show normally gets back.
It was the very first race of the season that You're My Everything dropped upon them to score. There he is just looping the field. You saw on the speed map he's going to have a purple cap on this week because He Was Me wears the same colours. The other horse in this race, Paul, is the Concentration, and Noble Deluxe. He's had a start since let up, just faded a touch this day.
He did look at, but with those runs under his belt, he should be coming into it race fit, and he seems to have improved a little bit from last season as well, Noble Deluxe. From barrier number 6, I think I give him a really good chance, and this both runs have been good. You're My Everything, it's whether he can put 2 together. He hasn't in the past, but that was a good win from him.
It was, as he looks to, as Paul said, do what he's never done, win 2 in a row. Ragnar is looking to do what he hasn't done yet and run past a couple of horses up near him. He's been very consistent, but he just is struggling to get to the post in front.
I just wonder if he's better at Happy Valley as well. That's just a little query, but he has got the services of Zach Purton here, so look, there's no reason he can't come and perform on this roomier track. Here's a long-standing maiden, though. He's a 24-start maiden. Lucky Blessing, he's run okay here down in grade. He's second start in Class 5. From barrier 4, if they leave him alone, he could be there for a long period.
Now a trial from Riding High, who drops into this class for the first time. Good pick up for Douglas White on the back of this trial, is it?
I think it is because, look, he arrived on a 64 rating, this horse. He's now down to 39, so he must be close to finding his mark. He did run third off 55 as he started dropping down those ratings, and there was nothing wrong with the trial. Now, he's drawn a little bit wide, barrier number 8, and he does like to go forward, so he might just have to work a little bit if he wants to get outside the leader.
That is Autumn Vibes to his inside, who is, of course, in race number 2 also. How did you see them in the third?
With the 5 Noble Deluxe, I think he's a fit horse going into the race. He's on top from Lucky Blessing, Riding High in for third, and You're My Everything there on a minor line. 5-2-1-9.
And that's the first leg of the early treble. The race 4 graphic is on the screen, and that means it is time for the Class 4 over the 1200 with Dancing Classics having a shadow roll going on for the first time. Warrior's Dream, earplugs, crossover noseband off. Where's the Hood once again? Nick's Gluck and Pride Believer make their race debuts. We've got Groovy Feeling with the cheek pieces off and the blinkers going on. King Glorioso, blinkers off, shadow roll and a tongue tie are added. Lucky Man's had a trial since his first day race appearance, as has Rewarding Twinkle. He's first up for the season on the back of a trial victory, Paul, and it is joint leaders.
Look, Do Your Part's drawn wide, so he's going to have to come across from barrier 12, whereas the horse on the inside of him, the Incredible Moment, he's gone forward in 2 of the 3 starts, Incredible Moment, from barrier 9. So I think the 2 of them will come across together. Club Ace is drawn inside. Rewarding Twinkle will get his opportunity there as well. Lucky Man likes to go forward. Now, Flash Star did lead once, but it didn't really pay off for him. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with him.
Do Your Part has come a long way. He's coming back to the 1200 metres though, Paul, and he did have a perfect trip behind the leader. Lucky Man's been trialling really well, but he disappointed this race day. Did you find a spot for either of these two?
Look, I did on Do Your Part in a minor line. If he can get across and sort of get outside the leader and get in sort of an easy sectional there, I think he's got definitely his chance. As you say, at every chance here over the 1400 metres. So he does now come back in distance, which I think is probably a positive for him at this stage of his season. So 1200 metres, and he wasn't beaten too far in this race.
That is the Aaron Gale saga running past him. Second replay is Groovy Feeling, who we've seen twice already this season. He won and then he ran 4th under a bigger weight, but not too far. And the horse down on the inside, Paul Sunny Q, and the 2 Blues, doesn't have a whole lot of room.
No, exactly. So he was very unlucky, Sunny Q. He looks like a win's really close for him, and any sort of run, I think he's going to be a major player in this race. Groovy Feeling, I wouldn't totally leave him out as well. He's had 2 runs, and both runs, including a win, and he backed it up with his 4th, and he wasn't too far away either.
Extra £7 he had on his back following that victory into that race. And now we have a trial from Rewarding Twinkle, who had trialled well prior to heading to Happy Valley, where he definitely improved. He is normally a get-back horse and run on well. Did you like the trial? I
did like the trial, and look, he didn't get the clearest of runs last start, Rewarding Twinkle. He got bumped. He just really, it was a bit of a roughly run race as far as he was concerned, and he still managed to run 4th. The trial, you can see here, he was asked to do a little bit, but to be fair to the horse, he did respond, as you can see, and he won cosily enough. His ears pricked on the line. So from barrier number 2, he's definitely going to get his chance.
That is a good report for Rewarding Twinkle, but with luck, is it Sunny Q?
Look, he's had 7 starts, Sunny Q, and that was, although he'd been placed in one of them, that's the best run we've seen from him, no doubt. So he's on top to beat Rewarding Twinkle, Do Your Part and Groovy Feeling. 14, 13, 2 and 8.
That is the preview for race number 4, the first leg of the Triple Trio. The distance race of Wednesday is the 5th. It's over 1,800 metres and it is a Class 4. We've got Oriental Smoke on the class drop at the top, stepping up from the 1,200. Packing Hurricane has had 3 trials prior to his race track resumption for the season. Can't go Wong consistent, but best form at this stage is at Happy Valley. Forever Folks, a last start winner, carries an extra £6 for it. Floof trialled last Friday at Chung Fa. We got 5 foot with the cheek pieces off and the blinkers going on. And double wins now with Manfred Man. With Hail to the Victors, a gear change. Cheek pieces off, blinkers first time, tongue tie re-added, Paul.
Yeah, look, Oriental Smoke, Zach Purton aboard. He's drawn wide. He's a long run to this first bend though, because they start at the end of the back straight. And he's a horse that over the 1800 metres does like to go forward and has led all the way in the past. Northern Beast, he likes to be race on the pace or just in behind. Floof likewise. One and Only, he's got plenty of time to get across. Dilbar there midfield, 5 foot. Again, there's another one that likes to be a bit handy. Can't go Wong, likes to get back. Forever Folks, keep your eyes closed at the start because he likes to get back and he's under a ride a long way. But look for him in the straight though because he normally finishes off strongly.
And here he is on the back of 2 pretty average trials, which are obviously far too short for what he wanted. He went to Happy Valley and Karras is at him here, Paul, but he was the lap prior from the start at the 1800 metres, and the further they went, he just kept going and going and going. He's
one of these horses, I think, you just got to ignore his track work, ignore his trials, and just wait to see what he does on the day. He's got a really good finish on him, as you can see here. And look, if he repeats this, you know, he could easily win this race. Romantic Fantasy was not a bad run either, and he does like the 1800 metres.
Beauty Viva is drawn barrow number 1, coming out of pretty charming conditions over the 1600 metres last time. Going to get a similar run, but likely a dry track as well come Wednesday afternoon.
That should suit him. I think the dry track here. He's by Efrage though, and they actually don't mind wet tracks, but as you can see, he sort of held his position there on the inside. He'll get every opportunity once again from barrier number 1. So with the change in track conditions, that may help him. But look, he wasn't far away here, was he? In 5th in those pink colours.
In the end, Good was just able to pinch it from the front to beat Pearl of Pangs. Double win, stable change. He doesn't mind an 1800 trip around Sha Tin either. Was with Benno Jung, now with Manfred Man. This was quite a strong field, this trial. That's Yuenlong Elite, Beauty Bolt, Cambridge and Gentleman Legacy, who are going to see on the weekends out wider in the red.
Yeah, look forward to seeing him over the 1800 metres. It was nothing wrong with the trial. He's in the orange. That's the one we're focusing on here. Barrier 12. He'll probably get back, but he does get back anyway. And as we say, one good thing about the 1800 metre start is there's plenty of time to find positions.
That is some trials and some race day form. You've spotted some track work of the top weight. Purton Hayes on a class drop.
Yeah, it's always dangerous, isn't it? This horse got up to a 90 rating before, and he's down to 60 now. So with Zach Purton aboard, eye-catching booking, and the track work's been good leading into it.
And on that, he's on top.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's a strong race. So with the class drop, the horse has been there, done that before with the champion jockey aboard. I'll go with him. Number 1, Oriental Smoke. Forever Folks, again, will finish strong. One we didn't talk about is 14, Hail to the Victors. On the speed map there, he should get a perfect run back along the inside, and then Romantic Fantasy. 1, 6, 14 and 12.
That is the preview for race number 5. It is the first leg of the 6 Up. We look at race number 6 now, and this is over the 1400 metres and is a class 4. Kalachi's on the class drop at the top of the book. Invincible Ibis and China Win have had a jockey switch. It's Purton on Invincible Ibis, Ferraris on China Win. Was the reverse last time. Raging Rapids are 1st and 3rd at his last 2. Rainbow 7, Strange Alert both resume. Basic Instinct has the blinkers off. Juicy Dragon has had a trial and no other choice improved 6 lengths between his first 2 runs this season and might get a pretty comfortable run here, Paul.
Well, there's no leader, absolutely no leader. And they went forward last time. He sat just on the pace. He didn't lead, but he sat on the pace and it was the best run we've seen from him here. Basic Instinct is drawn wide. He might try and get across. The other one, Win Method, Victory Champion. He went back last time from a wide draw. He's got a good draw here. Sunday Serenade, Juicy Dragon. China Win will be looking, he's up in trip, so he'll be looking to drop in. Raging Rapids, Invincible Ibis, Kalachi, Gale Saga came from the back last time. Rainbow 7 was consistent last season, and the other two drawn wide. The other query, China Win could actually go on with it as well, up and trip with a positive jockey of Luke Ferraris aboard.
Frankie Law is our man first up, talking to Nick Ree, victory champion.
Frankie Law, victory champion, is a horse that you're going to put a saddle on for the second time. First of all, did his debut run come as a bit of a shock to you?
Yeah, it's got a big surprise because he trialled in Chongfa not that good. When the jockey come back, he said he's not really concentrate. So we try blinkers in the morning and also try Chippis. Look like Chippis looks better. And I get a few times with Chippis. He looks good, but we don't know how he's performing in the race. But anyway, he's a big surprise for me, yeah.
But just going back and having a look at the replay, Frankie, I mean, there was no fluke about it. He's come from near last. He's run on strongly, hit the line well. So, I mean, it was a pretty good performance, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, for me, as I say, he's jump a bit slow and then all the way at the back, and then in the straight he comes strongly. So I talked to the jockey, said maybe we can go up to 14. So this time 14.
You've given him a trial as well, this horse. He's run third in the trial. Do you think he's progressed now in that trial since he's run?
Yeah, he looks better after last one, and then trial is better than before. So this time we got a better draw. I think maybe he can help him a lot. Draw one, yeah. And
I went back and looked at his record, Frank. I mean, we're obviously very privy and lucky to see all sort of the veterinary reports. I mean, he had one or two little setbacks, didn't he, this horse? But he's over any issue that he's ever had?
Yeah, before he's got a little bit problem, but we give him enough time, I think, for the horse to be good. And then now just back to the race. At this moment, everything's good, yeah.
And you say you've stepped him up to 1,400 metres. Do you think at the moment this is his trip, or is he a horse that shows you the signs that maybe in time he maybe could go a mile?
I think so because his looks as he can go up to the mile, but I think need to step by step, yeah.
That's Frankie on victory champion Paul. We're going to our first replay now. Invincible Ibis, Sunday Serenade, China Win, no other choice. So has had that start since this race and came a long way. So the form line from this race is quite good.
It is really good. Yeah, as you say, I like China Win in this race. Look, Luke Ferraris will jump aboard. There's the positive that they could be positive, go forward with him. He's from 1,200 to 1,400 metres. He's in that black cap just behind the major pace getters. Invincible Ibis has been costly. $1.8, 2.2, 4. He's been beaten favourites twice over 3 starts. He continues to run well, but Zach Purden will be on him again, and I think he'd be overbet.
Okay, that is Invincible Ibis and China Win. What about Rainbow 7? Had some time for him last season from memory on what he did in a short career. He was getting back and running on a few times at pretty big odds. 4
starts for 3 placings. Look, exactly. He's a horse that he'll get back. He's on barrier number 8. And I thought all 4 runs were full of merit last season for Rainbow 7. He's had that extra season under his belt. He comes back now as a 4-year-old. And look, I give him a chance. He seems to be, he was consistent last year without actually winning a race.
That's a good report for Rainbow 7. Where does he figure in the top 4?
He's going to go in for 3rd. So we're going to go with the China Win as a value play on top to beat victory champion. Then Rainbow 7 and Invincible Ibis, who will start favourite. He's only in there on a minor line. I thought he's had his chances and he's drawn barrier 14. 4, 5, 7, 3.
That's a Ferraris and David Hayes combination winning race number 6 for Paul with China Win. Group racing in race number 7, midweek group racing with the running of the National Day Cup. Beauty Waves at the top. Last year's winner, Invincible Sage, has had 2 trials. He won his most recent one. Raging Blizzard's never raced over 1,000 metres before. Wunderbar has. He's won 2 from 4, course and distance. Fast Network blinkers go back on. Magic Controls won 3 down the straight. And Baby Crystal has placed 3 from 6 first up, Paul, and shows a lot of dash.
He did in a recent trial as well. He went out to a commanding lead, and he's only got 115. So I think they'll take their chance and go forward and lead. Bottom up together, he's never far away. And Magic Control back to 1,000 is his ideal trip. Beauty Waves, Wunderbar can sit him behind. Invincible Sage normally gets back over 1,000, as does Fast Network, and Raging Blizzard likewise.
Here's Nick with the rider of Wunderbar. It's Hugh Bowman.
Hugh Bowman, we've got the National Day Cup coming up on National Day, of course. Your ride is Wunderbar in the big one. You've ridden him just the once before, unblemished record. Nice to get back on board.
Yeah, it is. He's a terrific horse. He's well performed over the course and distance. He's got a favourable draw, and he looks like one of the live chances to my eye.
You went up to Chung Fa to trial him a couple of trials ago. I know you went on the most recent one. How did he feel?
Felt great, enthusiastic. Sort of galloped up the middle of the track. I didn't want him being too competitive with the opponents, so I just cruised up on my own, and he felt really good, and he should be ready to perform well tomorrow.
What can be key sometimes here, and especially races like this, I suppose, is knowing your rivals. You've got pretty good knowledge of a number of these, of course, Invincible Sage, Raging Blizzard, Fast Network even as well. So not an easy race, but you know a bit about your rivals coming into it.
Yeah, I do, and they're all worthy opponents, actually. But 1,000 metres, I think, is certainly right up the alley of my horse, and there's going to be good natural pace as well, which will play into his favour. That pace seems to have drawn around me as well, so I don't really do speed maps. I do look at them, but it appears as though I'm going to get a pretty sweet run, and if he gets in a good rhythm and conserves some energy, he's going to be very powerful over the last 100 metres.
There's Hugh, Paul. Now we've got a 1,200 metre replay coming up, but a number of these are proven down the straight, including Bottom Up Together, who leads here. Fortunately for them all, the horse in the yellow cap up outside Bottom Up Together. It's Carrying Rising.
Yes, so good form coming out of this race. I like Bottom Up Together coming into this race. 1,000 metres is ideal. He's had 4 goes down over the 1,000 metres, 1 at Happy Valley and 3 down the straight, and he has won 3 of the 4 starts. Beauty Waves, of course, we know he's another specialist down the straight 1,000. He'll get his opportunity. He went to the line evenly enough here as well. So, look, both those two are good chances.
Trials, Invincible Sage. We know he's a Group 1 winner, but he hasn't won since that Group 1 day. He leads for home here and he keeps going. Comes here with a few of his rivals having had a run or two already this season. Look,
and he's run, when he first started his career in Hong Kong, he did win 3 down the straight 1,000. So, look, the 1,000 metres isn't a problem for him. The question is the ground. Look, there's no rain about in Hong Kong at the moment, and that last win was on a yielding track. Obviously he's a class horse, but he's even better when there's a bit of rain around.
Which, as Paul said, is not going to happen likely on Wednesday, so he's not in.
No, he's not in. I'm going to go with the Wunderbar. Look, he's the straight 1,000 at this stage looks ideal, and Hugh Bowman, we heard that interview from him. There was a little bit of confidence there. Bottom Up Together. Beauty Waves, and look, Fast Network, he ran over 1,400 metres last start, but he's another one that's got really good stats here over the 1,000 metres. He did pull a bit last start, so the 1,000 should suit, and he'll be a lot fitter for that run as well. He'll get back. He'll be the one finishing off the quickest, 4.715.
Wunderbar for Paul to win the National Day Cup, the Group 3, which is race number 7. It's a good race. Race number 8. It is a Class 2 over the 1,400. Honglok Golf is unbeaten over the 1,400 at Sha Tin. In fact, he's only been beaten once. Taj Dragon's a 6-time course and distance winner. Gusto Sissimo's had 1 start course and distance for a placing. Chu Chow Spirit's a 3-time winner over the Sha Tin 1,400. Mickley has 1 second up in the past. Tourbillon Prince is now with Michael Cheng. And Huge Wave makes his way into Class 2 for the first time after winning down in grade at the back end of last season, Paul.
Healthy, happy leads. He always leads. He likes to go forward, and that's his go. So he should be in front. Tourbillon Prince did win fresh over 14, or has won fresh over 14 in the past. Goes to Sissimo. He can either race on pace, and from a low draw, he can take advantage of that. One the kit's drawn ideally, steps ahead. Chu Chow Spirit, he got back and he was eye-catching last start, and Mickley over the 14 should be at the back.
Interview time. Harry Bentley's our man. He's talking to Nick Ree, Honglok Golf.
Harry, Honglok Golf, I know is a horse that you've been looking forward to immensely. He's going to return in race number 8. And, well, first of all, how is he? How's his preparation been for this?
Yeah, his preparation's been okay. He's never a horse that's going to set the track alight in the mornings. And his trials will show that as well. He's never at his best on the all-weather surface, but he's still giving me a good feel. And I galloped him on the grass the other morning. He felt well, very fresh. Chris has got him in good order. So, yeah, back on the turf, he's going to be seen to his best.
This is start 8 coming up, Harry. He's won 6, of course, ran second in the other one. I mean, interesting enough, he didn't debut until the end of November last year. I mean, he has made rapid strides.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he just went from strength to strength each race. One of his real attributes is that he is just so game, and he sticks his head down when you need him, and horse comes to his girths and he finds another gear. So, yeah, he just kept finding that little bit more each time, and finished the season in obviously good form with that win at Happy Valley. So it'd be lovely to pick up where we left off.
And from a form perspective, 2 starts ago, he beat Pray for Mer. He subsequently won Group 3, so form's rock solid here.
The form is rock solid. I think Chris plotted a nice track with him last season. It would have been very easy to have gone for Group 3 company, and I think that race, to be honest, would have been a great target for him. But you know, we kept him in that class, and it'll stand him in good stead going into this season.
He never wins by too far, does he? He's always seemingly, I'm not going to say he keeps a bit for himself, but he seems like a horse who sort of always gets there. He's got a great sense of timing, clearly.
Yeah, he does. And as I mentioned just previously there, he just finds another gear when a horse comes to his girth. So I think that's probably why his winning margins aren't overly big, because he just does what he has to do. And obviously, you know, kept on, I wouldn't say surprising me, but just... you know, the fact he kept digging deep when I needed him, that's all you can ask for from a horse.
Yeah, I guess they do, don't they, when they do that? And I suppose you'll be hoping, Chris and all the connections, Jackie Wong will be hoping that he travels up as well as Tomodachi Kokoro. I mean, he looked the winner a long way out, Harry.
Yeah, he felt it as well. His trials and his track homework had been really good, and I was confident of a big run going into that race, but you never expect them to go and do it quite like that. But yeah, I have to say David prepped him really well and got the horse on the day in extremely good form. So he's obviously gone up a fair bit, which you would expect to from a win like that. But looking forward to pairing up with him again.
We move on from Harry now, Paul, to recent racing around a few of these, including Chuchar Spirit, who makes up much ground from the back. Healthy, Happy, Led and Fade, and his second up record's terrible. Mickley 5th and Taj Dragon 6th. Is Chuchar Spirit the best of this field?
I think he is. And like, he had to weave his way through this field as well. And it took a while to get off heels. Once he did get off those heels, look, he wasn't too far away from the winner. He did run second in the end. I thought there was an improved effort from Taj Dragon as well. He's a horse that maybe is coming right, and we know the 1400 metres is absolutely ideal for him as well.
And one more replay to have a look at before selections, and it is going back to the 13th of July, and huge wave to Good Mickley we just saw in that previous replay. Tourbillon Prince has had a stable change. He just has found it a bit tough in this grade previously, Tourbillon Prince. Huge Wave's done a good job.
Yeah, he has. He's done a really good job. He's coming up to this grade for the first time. Huge Wave. He has won once over this over the 1400 metres, but I think he's a better horse over the 16. Huge Wave. Like, he could maybe be able to sneak it off. Pope Cody's come out of this race and won on the weekend as well.
And his trainer off a double on the weekend too, that of Jimmy Ting. Who's your selections for race 8? I'm
going to go with the one, Hong Lok Golf. You wouldn't want to take a too short price about him. He just does what he has to do and he gets the job done. Chuchar Spirit in there for second, Steps Ahead's had a run, and I'm going to put Taj Dragon in on a minor line. He might be on the improve, and he is a 6-time winner over the 1400. 1652.
That's the 8th race all preview, the first leg of the late treble it is too, with Hong Lok Golf, the one horse on top for Paul. Second last, Wednesday. This is the field for this Class 3 1200. Six-pack comes back in trip. Holmes at Court has the blinkers going on. Prestige always drops back from the 1650 to go first up over the 1200. Heydays had 2 trials and run first and second in them. Super Legends has won second up, full-time course and distance winner with a claim. One more crossover noseband off. Shadow Roll goes on, and Kempes, the 14, has had the hood removed. Paul, Heyday loves to lead.
He does, and look, I had to look twice. He's actually won over the course and distance here at Sha Tin. Most of his wins have been at Happy Valley, but can do it here. One more, it's got the ideal draw. Harold Wins coming off an all-weather race last start. Lucky Planet's drawn wide. One-man show. Look, in his races in Australia, he actually went forward. He's had one run in Hong Kong. From a wide draw, he went back. New Future Folk, Sugar Sugar, Everstar comes to Sha Tin. Akash Varney's got an awkward draw, but he's another one that caught the eye last start, and six-pack should get back with the Kemps.
Lyle Hewitson up first with Nick talking Akash Varney.
Lyle, Akashvani is your ride coming up in race number 9. He's a nice horse, this, who ran well last time.
Yeah, he really did. I thought, you know, last time we just got beat by a better horse. He felt like it was as good, if not his best run so far. He just did everything really nicely, jumped well, got into just in front of midfield pitch, and he kept finding towards the line. So it was a really nice performance, and you know, I was really looking forward to getting on him again.
I think as time goes on, the form might transpire to be quite good. I mean, Bob General looks pretty handy, doesn't he? But your horse certainly didn't shirk the issue. He was most definitely best of the rest.
Yeah, he was very genuine, and like I said, he was slowly closing all the way through to the line. So it was a nice run. He's still a horse that could possibly have scope later on. But yeah, at the moment he's doing everything right. He's strengthened up a little bit from last season, which is what we needed to see from him. And he's probably in store for a very consistent and promising season.
If we may address sort of the elephant in the room, if it were, gate 13, is that giving you a bit of a headache?
Yeah, it is, especially looking at the race. I just think there's 5 or 6 horses that all want to be in the same sort of position as him, you know, so it's tricky from out there in terms of where you're going to land. But I think, you know, I would almost go as far to say as it's only really the draw that could really beat him. I think he's the best horse in the race, in my opinion. So yeah, if he gets a good trip, he will be the horse to beat.
That's a fair push from Lyle for Akash Varney, which means, Paul, one more. He's one of those horses that likes to be on the pace if his trials are anything to go by. And we saw on your speed map he's going to get a really good run in behind the pace.
I expect him to be one of the main dangers in the race. He gets the best run. The shadow roll will go on him for the first time. You can see him wearing it here in this trial. He's drawn 1. The stable's in form, jockey's in form. A lot of positives about one more going into this race.
He's the chestnut leading all of the way down on the inside for the Ferraris and Newnham combination. One more replay to look at. Holmes Court wins this, but one of yours was in this trial, and that's Everstar running third. If there was bad luck to find last season, he found it.
He did, didn't he? He had no luck whatsoever, but still, look, raced full of merit. The trial was good. There's no reason why he can't run. I know he's had a couple of goes at Sha Tin, hasn't done much, but there's no reason why he can't run here at Sha Tin. Nothing wrong with the trial. He should be a decent price too on the Wednesday. So look, I'll put him in, but I prefer him to be honest, I prefer him at Happy Valley.
But you had to put him in just in case.
Just on a minor line.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Lyle Hewitson. He'll learn his riding for here, I think, with Akash Varney. As you heard, he just needs to get himself into a good position, whereas one more, he'll get the really good run. I'm going to put in the 2 and the 3rd and 4th selection should be both double figures. A one-man show. Now, he's only had the 1 run in Hong Kong. He had to go back from barrier 14, finished off midfield. And look, I've liked his work leading into it. And then Everstar in there on a minor line. 9, 10, 12, 13.
Paul, with Akash Varney to go 1 better than his first up placing behind Bob General. At race number 10, this is a good field, this. There'll be some winners to come out of this throughout the season. It's a class over the 1400. Must Go is up in trip but prefers all weather. Top Dragons won 2 from 4 course and distance. Silvery Breeze blinkers off but a first up winner. Lucky My Ways won his last 2. Outgate has the hood coming off. Sky Vino. His wins have been at Happy Valley, but he has placed course and distance. Seamus Storms had 2 trials, and Max Q, first time in this grade, he was a winner over the 1400 in Class 4 last time, Paul, with Kaying Superb just leading.
Well, look, Kaying Superb and Sky Vino have drawn 9 and 10. They look the pace in the race. Outgate likes to lead, but not over the 1,400 metres. So I think both of them are going to have to work to get across, and that could be their undoing, but they can set up the pace. Sharp and Bright, Top Gun, Prestige, Ricky's got a low draw. Must Go's coming back on to the surface. Superb Kid gets back. Top Dragon from his draw should get back. Lucky My Way and Shame to Storm are both drawn wide, but they should be okay because there should be pace in the race, and they go back anyway.
We've got an interview now. Nick is done with the rider of Kaying Superb. It's Matthew Pooh.
Matthew Pooh, now you've got a nice ride coming up on the weekend, Kaying Superb. That was a nice return from this horse last time out.
Yes, I think last start he won really well. He had a good draw and given a chance to find his rhythm and finish off. But just the winner too good. But yeah, I believe he will run well again. Yeah.
He's only ever won the one race. Obviously, you were on him for that win, but he seems to be holding his form quite well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think the trainer, Cody, he trained the horse relax and keep him fit and happy. So I think he's quite consistent, but he just need a bit of luck in Class 3 race, I reckon. Yeah.
You need that bit of luck in the grade. What about gate number 9, Matthew? How do you sort of assess the race from barrier number 9?
Yeah, we haven't decided, like we haven't looked at the field yet, but we know we draw very nice. Actually, not ideal, but hopefully we will like have a discussion before that. But hopefully he can get a good position and then can perform well as last start.
From Matthew to a stack of replays because there's so many chances in this race, Paul, including last start winner Max Q. He beats Aero Invincible and No Other Choice, who did improve a lot between his first 2 runs. He'll run earlier in the program too, but as we swing the bend, perfect trip this day for Max Q. If he didn't win this, you start to wonder where he was going to win one.
Yeah, and again, he's going to get a perfect run once again. He's got a lightweight. He's only got 117 pounds. He's got barrier number 2. I think he'll get exactly the same run, but he's now got to come up and grade and do it. The positive is here he carried 130, so he's dropping 13 pounds, but he's up and grade. I've got him in the numbers. It's a strong Class 3 race, this, but I think he's capable in this grade.
It's a good report for Max Q. Now we go trialling, and plenty of them to look at, starting with Sky Vino, who has those yellow and green colours down there on the inside. Ellis Wong takes a claim for Casper Founds. The horse that wins this trial is Taj Dragon.
Yes, and look, he's a chance here in the race. 1650 Happy Valley, I think, has got this horse written all over it. That's where his wins have been. A good starting point for him in this race, but prefer to see him back at the Valley over the 1650. He's found a strong race here.
All right, so we'll leave that trial right there and wait till we see him on a Wednesday night as opposed to Wednesday afternoon. Lucky My Way surely goes in. You've been all over him from almost the word go. He's won at about 25 to 1 for you, and after that he won again.
He did, and look, I think he can win this race. He's a horse who's shown a good turn of foot. He came off a slow pace that second start when he won, and Max Q was in that race, and he did beat him, by 4 or 5 lengths, and in that race as well. So you can see him. He wasn't even asked to do too much in this trial and coasted the line. He looks cherry ripe coming into this race.
That is Lucky My Way. Next up is Top Dragon. He runs a 3rd. He's a horse that's done a good job. Didn't have any luck at all last time. Chris O has had 2 trials on his agenda, and the horse that wins this trial is My Wish.
Look, he's going to be one of the favourites, I think, for the race, Top Dragon, especially with Zach Purton aboard. Barrier 8 can be a little bit tricky, but I think they'll go back with him and try and find some cover there. Did win 2 in a row last time, so he did get up in the ratings in a hurry. So we'll see if he's reached his mark or not. The way he's been racing, you'd say not.
And one more to have a look at. This horse did win first up at huge odds at Silvery Breeze and had an up and down season after that. Of course, he was involved in a fall, but he still had some good form. What about as a starting point on Wednesday?
I think you've hit the nail on the head here. It's a starting point for him. The blinkers come off. He's by a done deal, so you'd say 1400 would be a bit short for him anyway, even though he has won fresh up in the past over this distance. He'll be looking at sort of assignments over longer later in the season, I think.
All right, we'll put him on hold too, along with Sky Vino. So that's some lead-up runs. This is a good field.
Really good field. I think Lucky My Way. Look, they're talking about the 4-year-old series with him, and if they're serious about that, he'd be wanting to win this race. Top Dragon is the main danger. Probably start favourite as well. Max Q, I think, is capable in this grade. And Seamus Storm. Look, he was consistent last season, and a few of his runs he was very unlucky as well. He's drawn wide, but he's another one that likes to get back. 6-4, 12-11.
Paul has saved his best until last with Lucky My Way to make it 3 in a row. That's the race by race preview for Sha Tin on Wednesday. National Day Cup gets underway. The race meeting at least from 1 o'clock local.